Habersham wines?
Well, I've been drinking Habersham wines probably for a year now. Coming from the north, I had never tried a Georgia wine, and I am thoroughly enjoying them. I think I've tried most every Georgia wine that there is, and I find Habersham to be just fantastic. I've tried several of them, and one is more better than the next. And I keep them at home all the time. I give them as gifts, and I recommend it to anybody. And now when I go into restaurants, knowing that a lot of them have them here in Atlanta, I have a habit of asking, for a Habersham wine. And I'm finding that more and more restaurants are carrying them and have them on their wine list.
Piece for them. What reactions to those different wines and into the vineyard and things like that. So if you would tell me,
you work for these guys?
Well, we're our own company. But we are doing this piece for them. Okay. So if you would tell me what you're drinking and what you feel about it.
Well, I'm drinking their Cival, and it's very good. Most of the people in this area aren't familiar with this grape, but I've grown it myself. Unsuccessfully, I'm sorry to say, and they've done a real good job. It's real good.
What does it taste like?
It has a very fruity taste, a well-rounded taste, and it doesn't leave you with this bitter aftertaste that a lot of the things like Chardonnays and that sort of white wine leaves you. So it's nice. Thank you.
Okay. If we could get your impressions. So the Habersham wines, tell us what wine you drank and how you feel about it.
I'm trying, now we have to remember because
We've been walking around.
but we did stop just look at Georgia.
I'm sure I tried one of the blush ones.
You just lost audience. Test.
Fruity, and it's not too sweet and not too dry. That's what I like about it.
I'm trying the Chardonnay today. It's a young Chardonnay. I think it's an 86, and it's not real oaky tasting. It has more of a mineral or a little lime taste, but it's very refreshing for a Chardonnay. I enjoy it. It's a nice sipping Chardonnay.
Are you from Georgia?
We are indeed, yes.
We've been living here about 3 years.
Okay, what do you think about Georgia wines as compared to California wines?
Well, we're more familiar with Californian wines. We have relatives in the Napa Valley area. We go and visit the wineries as often as we can, and it's interesting that Georgia is becoming involved in grapes and wine, and we intend visiting as many of them as we can and supporting like Habersham and seeing what they're about.
Did you know that Georgia was selected as the original colony to be the wine-growing colony from the British Empire?
No, I didn't know that.
Surprised. Yeah. They have good soil here for growing things.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted. That was off camera, right?
All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me make sure I got my audio here.
We are the original.
Okay. All right. If you tell me what you're drinking and what you think about it.
I think it's very good. It's good with hamburgers, light wine.
Okay, what kind of wine is it?
And there are other people.
Rosé, blush.
You like it?
Really do.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay.
You're from the wine.
It's dry. It's very dry. It tastes more like a Merlot, It tastes more like a Merlot than it's not as full bodied as I like Cabernets to be. But it's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's almost like you can always tell a young vineyard, and this is what I taste. It's all right. It's decent. It's all right. They'll probably do better next year.
And I also went to Habersham for the first time in June of about 4 months ago. And there are two wines that really astonish me. I call them Lafayette wines because they are American-French hybrids. So Lafayette being the general from France that came to kick the English out of this country. They had no reason to be here anyway. So we had the Céval Blanc and another varietal, which is also a French-American hybrid. What was the name?
But the author, Gore Vidal.
Vidal, and the Vidal. And really, those are astonishing. They do a very good job at Habersham, but they also do a very good job. Those varietals do very good in Georgia, I believe. I don't know much about French and American hybrids, but those, you know, the day I came, I don't know if you were there, I was, damn, this is good. You know, that's like the Céval was, the Céval Blanc was like a big Chardonnay. And the other one was like a Sauvignon Blanc with good, crisp, apple acidity. Really liked it. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
How do you feel about Habersham wines? I'm sorry.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of Habersham wines?
No.
What do you think Habersham wines are? Where do you think they're from?
I'm not sure. Probably Habersham.
Habersham?
Not sure. Why don't you tell me?
Okay. Well, what wines are you fond of?
Greek wines.
Greek wines?
Yes, it's what I import.
Oh, great. Have you ever had Georgia wines?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should try some.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. See here. Throw some.
What I'd like to know really is what you're doing here today.
We're having a Yago party. We're at Yago party. We're celebrating the new Yago citrus. New flavors.
My question is, what do you know about
Habersham
Habersham?
wines. I've tasted it. Habersham wine is from Georgia, right? And that's all I know. It's really good. I've had it. I know some of the people that work there too. Hi. The light's
You
not
doing a
on.
promo?
We're not on, right? The light isn't even doing a promo. Why are you? The new flavor.
How you think Georgia wines can do in the marketplace, and how the wines, the quality of the wines, and how they compare with possibly California wine or French wines, and basically what your feelings are about the idea of the Georgia winery. Just a couple minute type of reaction.
Okay. Hi there. We're starting with you. Are you going to ask me something, or do you want me to just to talk, or what do you want?
You can actually speak to me, and I'll stand right here. Okay?
Yeah, we'll have a thing underneath you, this time, local columnist, et cetera, and what have you. In fact, if you'd like to write anything particularly that you'd like to have flashed underneath your countenance.
Or just put wine writer. I think that's better.
Okay.
Okay. Wine writer. Okay.
Okay, just on how you feel Georgia wines are in the marketplace, what do you feel about the quality of Georgia wines? Do you think they're competitive?
I think Georgia wines are definitely competitive. I think initially they were viewed as novelty wines, and I think that's wearing off. People have seen that the quality's there, and they see that it's developing every year. The image, the prestige grows every year, and I'm fully expectant that the Georgia wine industry will blossom into something we can be very, very proud of nationwide. I know that wines from Georgia have won a lot of awards. They're going to probably continue to do that as the vineyards mature, and certainly the public acceptance is coming along. I'm proud of it.
Do you feel that the quality is there as far as, say, a California wine goes?
I think the inherent danger is when we try to compare ourselves to other people. The one thing that holds about wine all over the world is that wine is tied to the land. Therefore, there's no way you can learn about wine unless you understand the geography, understand the terrain, the microclimates, and every wine has to evolve its own style. And I see this coming in the Georgia vineyards as they mature and as the vines get more comfortable with the climate and the vineyard managers get more familiar with the varieties. So I'm reluctant to compare wines from any region of the world with any other region. I want them to stand on their own merit because they all have a lot of merit.
Mm-hmm. A lot of wines have mystiques about them. Do you think the wine shouldn't be a mysterious substance that's only known by a select few who have practiced?
Oh no, I think wine is very much a beverage of the people and should be, but it seems to have this wrapping, this cachet of poetry, romance, history, and those things are natural, and I think we just need to keep them from being an impediment and see them as an embellishment.
Okay.
Very nice.
Tastes pretty good. Tastes rosy. A bit rosy. It's good. Grown in Georgia?
Going about 7 miles from Atlanta. Come visit our winery.
I think I'll do that. Thanks.
And really just giving us a true impression of what you think of the particular Chardonnay versus the Russian ones.
I actually haven't tried a lot of Russian, but I would say that basically they're reasonably sweet, and they're very similar to the Australian Moselle style, which took off about 10, 11 years ago.
So, would you spare maybe 2 minutes to taste the wine and just stand in front of the house itself there and get a little advertisement for yourself and a little advertisement for us?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Great.
Oh right. Great Western area, which is about, I suppose, 250 k's west of Melbourne. So, but I'm from South Australia myself.
Now, we have a variety. I just happen to have this one with me, and I'm walking around with it to get people's impression.
Is that Zinfandel?
It's not Zinfandel. It's a blend of Concord, a blend of Niagara and Fredonia.
Which is non-vinifera?
Which are non-vinifera, yes. And creates a nice style in the blush style of like the Zinfandel. Hopefully you'll think that way. Just give an honest impression, and we'll cut you out if you don't. That's all.
Do you really want me to? Oh dear.
I should have given you a different wine. But...
Yeah, you should have given me a much. Hope you got that on film. It's different from anything that I've experienced.
What do you think of? Do you think that Georgia has a possibility of creating a wine industry within itself? Now, Australia certainly has.
Sure. I think there's a possibility that any American state can grow wine. It's just a matter of how difficult they want it to be and what sort of technology they can develop with it. Australians have grown grapes in climates that are very cold, have a lot of rain, to climates that virtually have no rain and are extremely hot. So, and they've got everything in between. So you can really go grapes anywhere you want to. It's just a matter of having the technology to do it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that the skill of the winemakers and such, of course, being a winemaker yourself?
Yeah, well, I think it's viticulturalists sure have a lot to play with it, but winemakers have got to develop techniques that you can handle the grapes from those particular areas. So, you know, but Australians have done a lot over the last 15 years to develop it.
They certainly have.
Yeah. So, but I think the American grape industry is fairly young, really. You know, you're starting in Washington State, and you've got a lot of little areas popping up around the place. So, I think it'll be an expanding industry for sure.
Habersham does a lot of hybrid grapes, grapes that are unfamiliar to the marketplace, like the Saval Blanc and such. I know one of the primary grapes, at least one of my favorite Australian grapes and wines, is the Shiraz. Right. Do you feel that you have a resistance in the public to introducing a new name, basically, to the American public? The American public is so ingrained on Cabernet Sauvignon, on Chardonnay.
Yeah, well, I think Shiraz is going to be the next grape that's going to take off in America. In the early 50s and 60s, the Shiraz grape was the major grape in Australia, red grape, and Cabernet is only a relatively new grape in Australia. But I think once people understand what it is, I think they'll really begin to like it.
Terrific.
And when the American public starts, you know, sort of looking for different tastes, they'll look for those sort of different varieties, like, you know, the Merlots and the Malbecs and the Shirazes and varieties like that.
So you think it's a matter of well, the American public kind of getting to know wines for wine's sake?
I think they've got to develop their taste into wine.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more.
Yeah, but the blush market, which is very similar to the Australian boom of Moselle, is really what started the whole grape industry in Australia. I mean, everybody started drinking Moselles, and now Moselles are starting to fade out, and people are going to Chardonnays, they're going to Cabernets, and they're going to Shiraz and different varieties like that. And the consumption isn't changing, it's still increasing, but the Moselle market's really fading out. So it's just a development of taste.
Okay, terrific.
No worries.
Turkey Rose. And what we'll do is we'll subtitle thing, you know, Walter Eisenberg, one of Pearson's wines of the night, and such. And
sure.
Just wanted to ask you how you felt.
Are you on taping now? Okay.
Right now. Just wanted to ask you how you felt about Georgia wines, how they were being accepted in the marketplace, if people were looking for them in the marketplace, if they gave you positive feedback, negative feedback, basically what the public is thinking.
Well, I think it's happened in several stages. Initially, people were curious because Georgia didn't have wine. So the first Georgia wine that came out, many customers walked in to try a bottle. And I think they did it out of allegiance to Georgia or as a joke. I think that what they found, in your case with Habersham wines, was that there were wines of character and quality, and that as they tasted them more and more, and as you've been more and more in business, you're improving, as wineries do. And I believe at this point there are many people in Georgia who begin to feel that there is a future for Georgia wine. And I would only hope that you and any competitors that come along later are serious enough to work at it with the time, effort, and energy it takes, so that someday we can be really proud of our Georgia wines.
So you think then that Georgia has a place in the wine market?
Oh, I certainly do. I sure do.
Have you been able to taste many of the wines yourself? I know you have thousands to taste from in your selection.
Oh, I have tasted a number of them. You know, obviously some you like and some better than others. But that's not the issue of what I like or don't like. The point is that you seem to be, as a winery, making wines with true character. And they will fit their niche as you find it. But they're good, solid wines. There are wines from other states I've tried which are not good, which just don't have the backbone or the character to be enjoyed as a drinking wine. But yours seem to, or many of your varieties do. And if you keep working at it and getting better as you have been over the last several years, I think you can look forward to a fine future in Georgia and outside of Georgia.
Great. Okay.
And how much order now?
You carry the Habersham wines, of course, in 4 of your 6 stores.
5.
5 of the 6 stores, excuse me. How are they selling? Do you feel that people are buying them as a category Georgia quote-unquote wines? Or do you think they're buying them because they're a good wine? Or how do you feel people are reacting?
We get 2 basic categories of customers. The first category of customers, people who are trying it for the first time. They're labeled Georgia wines, and of course they are Georgia wines. So you get customers who are either native to the state or who are visiting the state, and they want to try a Georgia wine because the very thought piques their curiosity. So that's usually the first-time customer. Then we get a lot of good second-time customers who tried it for that reason, and they liked it. And I think of the ones that we've had in the past, of the type of wines we carry, the Muscadine has probably been the most popular.
Let me put this down. Howdy, Mayo. Fine.
This is our Scarlet. Now this is 86 grapes.
All right, last year's grapes, red, and it's a blend. 848.
Very smooth for a red, especially that young. It's got balance. It's very nicely balanced. It tastes to me like it could be a medal winner. I don't know. It could be. We'll find out. It was entered, I believe. Well, it's got what you're looking for. It's balanced, smooth, goes down nice. Mike could even take a small chill. But a very pleasant red.
Thank you. We're proud of this wine.
That was wonderful.
Okay.
The only problem was we had that speaker going.
Want me to do the whole thing all over?
Thanks, Mark. What happened?
I appreciate it.
What happened?
Oh, the
Loudspeaker. It may do it again. Do you want to pour it again? Do you want to pick it? Pretend to be pouring it.
Okay.
Just a pour, just a little. All right.
This is our Scarlet.
Okay. What's in it? Is it non-vintage?
It is non-vintage. These are 86 grapes,
So it could be an 86 if you wanted to.
Yes, it really could be.
Very pleasant. Balance. It's got some depth, some character to it.
It will age nicely in the bottle. It'll smooth out and mellow out much more than it is right now.
It's quite mellow now for a red, especially in 86, that young. A lot of the tannins are already, there's some tannins still there, but it's pleasant tannins. I like the balance of the wine. It's very balanced. No one part's overwhelming. It's got good acidity, but it's just a well-balanced wine, something you can feel in the mouth. I think it could even take a small chill.
Certainly That's for like a Beaujolais.
Yeah, like a Beaujolais,
yes.
but it'd be very pleasant that way too. I like it unchilled.
Yes.
But it could take a small chill because of the smooth. I think it's a very pleasant wine. If it were up to me, it'd be a medal winner.
Great, thank you. We hope it is.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. It was entered, I believe.
Yes, yes. We certainly appreciate your comments on this.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Very nicely, thank you.
Great. That's right.
Wine from Georgia with some aging potential, good fruit concentration, but the tannins are evident. So it's going to be holding up for quite a while. I think it's drinkable now, and it's going to be drinkable 4 years from now. Enjoy that as much. So you drank it first. What is it? There's some Habersham from both
Chardonnay?
from
Yeah, probably so right now.
In our stores in Athens.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, get on them.
What?
So,
You know, how many you want?
thank you.
This is the 86. It's only been in the bottle for 2 months. It's still mellowing out.
Not on the market yet.
No, it's available right now.
It is. All right.
It just got 83. Would you like to try the Chardonnay or something else? What's your taste preference? That's something we're having fun with. Yeah.
Now, these are Georgia-grown grapes or not?
Yes, sir. We couldn't put Georgia on here if
You got it. Yeah.
We are
North of
What do you think?
Yes, it's right outside of
What do you think of the
Gainesville.
wine?
Yes, the winery. Our vineyards
Well, I think
are
it's
right
quite
outside of
acceptable.
Helen, 20 miles away.
I didn't detect anything that I would consider a flaw, and it has some good flavor.
Okay, what are you drinking right now?
This is a Chardonnay. He tells me it needs to mature a little bit in the bottle. That's likely, but I think it's quite good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Riesling.
Okay.
It's a Riesling.
Great. Tell me that, and just tell me what your impression is of
Okay,
it.
sure. This is a Riesling. It's made by this Habersham, Georgia Premium Wines, which is a winery in Georgia. I think that they've been in business since 1980. This wine is very crisp and fruity, and I think it's one of the best wines I've had since I've been at this wine tasting. I'm from Indiana, incidentally, and they make some very fine wines in Indiana, but this compares to anything I've had anyplace.
In Würzburg, do you know where that is?
No.
It's in between Frankfurt and Munich.
Okay,
I went
I
to
have an
school
uncle
there.
from Frankfurt.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I will be flying back in 2 months.
Oh, really?
Going back to Germany.
What are you doing in Atlanta?
I'm going to Emery, and before in fact, she visited the winery itself, and she really enjoyed it very much, especially the muscadine. I haven't tried it myself yet, so I really can't tell you, but can give you a verdict in 5 minutes or so.
Okay, well, try it and compare it to your German wines.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been very difficult, completely dependent upon the weather.
Yeah.
And you know, in the last few years, like in '85, January the 21st, it was 14 below zero in our vineyards. We had the worst freeze in 100 years in Georgia. In '86, we had the worst drought in 100 years. So we were all saying this year, you know, what's going to happen next? But finally, the '87 vintage has really been written in the books. Outstanding. We've lost a lot of vines. We've had to replant. In '85, we lost all of our Cabernet, all of our Chardonnay in that freeze. So it's been extremely difficult. We've had to experiment with everything. That's why we have 17 different varieties growing. So,
What do you think of the wine?
The wine is excellent. Right now I'm trying the Chalet White. It's very good. It's very good. Very good.
Let me try the Chardonnay.
a card? Are you calling me a card or do I have a card?
We know you are. This gentleman here is going great.
Oh, great. Well, get it. There's Russell standing there just a minute ago. Standing right over there. Thank you. Georgia Chardonnay. Keep in mind, this is 86 minutes. This is very, very young. We had no 85 days. We sold out of 84. People are asking for our 86, so we've had to release it a little earlier than we would like to. You need to come up and visit us at the winery.
It's newer. It's good. It's a good Chardonnay for Georgia. You can tell it's young. I think they're on the right track. I really do. But in a few years it'll be great. It will. You're on the right track.
Oh yeah, it's coming. I wish I had an 84 here for you today, so you could really see.
Was 84 good?
84 was very good. It sold out. No 85.
Right.
Now here we are at 86. How about you come up to our winery one of these days? It's open 6 days a week.
How much are you out of the wine?
Okay, I'm gonna flip flop on you. Okay.
There you go.
What?
Okay.
I like it. I do. Are you taping me right now? You do, right? Now, see, I have a certain propensity for sweeter wines. This one seems to be rather sweet. Not too sweet, just the right kind of it. I really do like it.
That propensity must be from German wines.
Well, really, where I'm from in Würzburg, most of the wines are what do we call Habersham. They have I wouldn't say a bitter aftertaste, but they kind of linger on your tongue a little longer than this one. But for some reason, I've always liked the sweeter ones a little bit better.
And how does this compare?
I think I'm not trained enough to give you a really Pardon? I like it. No, I like it. I think I made it pretty clear, didn't I? You said it.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
Good.
Good, thank you. A lot of people, when they taste these wines, it's the first experience for them to taste a French-American hybrid, grape made into a wine. And we find people are very pleased with it. We have a kind of a cousin to that wine called Seyval, which is much drier than that. It's bone dry.
Where is it going to be available?
Where?
Yeah.
Basically, any place that you go. But if it's not, please ask for it, because then that way it will be available next time.
What do you think of the wine, sir?
I like it.
I like it. What are you drinking? We gotta get out.
Oh, sorry.
What are you drinking here?
Trying everything, mostly whites.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What is this right here?
This is a North Georgia wine. What is Habersham County, I guess. It's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Compares well with the others.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't know, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
This isn't on candid camera or anything, is it?
Okay, ready to come, bucket.
Roll it. It's good. It's a little sweet, but it's good. I'm drinking the Chalet White.
And your impression again?
It's a little sweet, but it's good.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Wine from Lebanon or something. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Cindy. What are you talking about now? How the show is going? Just this show today? Let me think a second what would be good. The show, I think, is going extremely well. I've been involved in all 8 international wine festivals here in Atlanta, and this is the best turnout early on Saturday that I've ever seen in the 8 years. A lot of people are coming who I've never seen before, which means the word is getting out, the public is coming in, means the wine festival has done a good job this year. So I'm very pleased. That means the rest of the day and tomorrow should be very good. Because it's been very busy over the Habersham booth. That's why we have set up 2 tasting counters to be able to let these good folks from Georgia taste these wines.
Thank you. You're on your feet, Dave.
Well, cheers, dear.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there you go.
Happy anniversary. Oh, we love this wine. It's the best wine we've ever had. We can't wait to come back to this fair country. It's lovely, lovely. Thank you.
Let's go.
We're drinking the Blush Rosé, and it is a very relaxing type of wine. We feel very comfortable with it. We can just sit off our back porch and enjoy it, and not have to feel like the yard work is next after the wine. So we feel good. It's no, seriously, it's very good. I don't know. I can get this off. Tastes like a real muscadine. Tastes like a real muscadine. That's right. But see, this is the Etowah Ridge.
This is good, though.
It's good. Baldwin, Georgia.
What did you have? What did you have?
The Etowah Ridge Rosé. It tastes a lot like a.
That was good. That was good. Etowah Ridge.
Just a little bit. You seem to know a little about wine. You want to tell me of what you're tasting right now?
The Etowah Ridge is a real good wine. It tastes a lot like the grapes that are grown in that part of Georgia. So it's got a full flavor to it. The muscadine, I grew up in Carroll County, Georgia, and it does have the flavor of the muscadine.
A lot like muscadine.
It's great, without the
real
seeds.
Full flavored.
It's good.
That's it.
Thanks very much. That was really good.
Okay, this is really good muscadine. It's very full flavored.
I love the taste. You really taste the grapes.
What does it remind you of?
Muscadine grapes. It's, you know, just really full-bodied. It's not dry, too sour like some of them are. It's just a fresh flavor.
Are you from Georgia?
No. He is.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get a childhood memory.
Yeah.
Right there, we had to put one on my head. It was buried in the water, and I just stuck my head in it.
We can get ourselves on video and audio.
Would you mind if we did that? Okay. I appreciate that.
This one is great.
If you could tell me that, and then tell me your impression. Okay. What are we drinking today here?
We're drinking Habersham Chardonnay, 1986. It's very young, but it's still good. It has a lot of potential in years to come.
I haven't tried this yet. Let me try this. I like the lack of openness that California tends to have in a lot of their wines. It's very good. Very light. It's a good cheese wine. I enjoy that. Very nice.
Very good.
Okay. Good.
My name is Dan Akins. I grew up in central Georgia, and I was raised in the muscadine growing area. And my family, grandparents, all my relatives used to make muscadine wine. They grew wild in the country, and the Habersham white muscadine tastes a lot like the muscadines we used to pick out in the wild. And it has a great flavor. We made homemade wine for years, and I used to have to pick them. Of course, I didn't get to drink too much, but what I did get to drink, it reminded me of the flavor of the white muscadine Habersham. It's a great wine. I recommend it to all my friends.
Thank you. Thank you.
Scarlet is I think it's a young wine. It's fruity, nice and dry. It's the kind of thing I'd like to have with a meal. It's a good wine. Very, very much. Thank you.
I make some Scuppernong wine.
You want to take our Scuppernong? Or Muscadine, really? Family. What's your taste preference? You like dry or medium dry? Or?
Medium.
Okay. This is called Vidal. This is a French-American hybrid grape.
Huh?
We're doing quite well in our vineyards with it.
Very good. I like it. It's easy to drink.
This is another French-American hybrid, Saval, which is drier than what you're tasting. Our label was designed by an Atlanta artist, Carl DeVee. We're keeping everything for Georgia. We're very proud of our products. Thank you. You want to taste something else?
I didn't know there was any wine bottles.
Oh, yes. You've got to try our Muscadine.
Okay.
Pride and joy.
Yeah?
We sell more of this than any other wine that we have. Last year and the year before, we won a gold medal here at this festival with this wine. Not this bottle, but, you know, same wine. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
So easy to drink.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Yeah. It's a little bit sweeter than the other.
Yes, yes.
A little bit. I like it. Very
Well,
good.
it's more of a beverage wine, a cocktail wine that you don't have to have with food, or you don't have to contemplate it. You just drink it. It's good.
Very good. You got to call on
We're not
Richmond.
in Augusta yet.
Yeah, come and see us.
Well-
we sell wine in Augusta.
I know that. We just don't have enough cases to go down there. We just started marketing in Atlanta.
Christmas to it. Good food concentration. A little bit shocked right now, but I think it will continue to improve here.
That's just 2 weeks out of the 1 week. 1 week out of the world.
Yeah, surprising for 1 week, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Right here. And I want some Georgia wine for you. Okay, what's your taste preference? Dry, medium dry?
It's quite good. But you can tell it's quite young yet.
This, our 85 was quite good. And I think the 86, the long run, will be better than the 85.
The Lakaya Winery in Hazel Green, Alabama, I mentioned it before, is doing quite well. Their 85 is quite good.
Really good.
Yeah, quite good.
I think Saval will do real well in the South. It's, you know, it's very cold hardy because of being coming from New York State.
Yes.
And survive having the camera.
She said it was very good.
Very nice.
She enjoyed the Vidal.
This is a Georgia wine. I'm very pleased to hear that now we have Georgia wines. We don't have to go all the way to California for our wines. Very nice flavor. It's nice.
Thank
We
you.
should support the state.
I think that's true. We agree with that totally. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
They've got white.
Yeah. Let me do this one. That's the one we've been looking for all day. We grow muscadines ourselves.
Do you?
And we've tried our...
Where do you grow them?
In Brooks, Georgia.
Do you sell them to anybody?
We don't have enough.
We don't have it. We've only got about a half.
We need more growers. We really need more growers to buy muscadine from.
Yeah, we've got about a half an acre.
Yeah.
We had an acre and we lost some
Plant
plants.
some more.
Plant some more.
Plant some more. We'll buy it from you.
I detect a muscadine.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
We feel it's very correct.
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
But it's a little bit drier than I.
Okay, then you'll love this muscadine then.
Okay, let me.
This is like
We tried our
baking
first
at home.
batch that we made turned out pretty good. The second one did, and we haven't done it since.
Well, it's tricky making wine. That's why people go to school to learn how to do it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you can taste the muscadine grape.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
It's just like you put it off the vine.
Yes, that's very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
I've got a label there if you'd like to take a couple of them.
It reminds me more of a German than a French.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Ooh, a Cabernet? That's dry.
It is dry. I don't think that it's sweet. It's just the flavor.
Yeah.
Reminds me. People who try these wines because they're used to Venice vinifera. Great, thank you. I've got more here. Different types.
This is a French hybrid grape that was started growing down in Georgia about 7 years ago. It was originated up around the turn of the century up in New York State. It started extensively up there. It's a big part of their wine industry. Let me give you a little sip of this.
Dry it.
Well, you think this is going to be a real good part of Georgia's future in winemaking? The grape is adapted very, very well. It's very, that's what they call it, a full party grape, which means it takes frost and things that sort. One of the biggest dangers we face in Georgia is those snap frosts that we get. Remember a couple of years ago in January, it went down to -9. It was like 50 and 60 degrees, and the next day it was -9. My pipes burst. I don't know if yours did. But this will stand up to that type of snap. And because of that, it's developing into a real fine grape wine.
Are you doing most all of your growing all of your grapes here locally, or are you bringing much in from other places?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Are you growing most all of your grapes here locally, or do you have to bring much from California?
Oh no, about 80% of our wines are made out of Georgia-grown crops. We have vineyards up in Clarksville. We have some vineyards under contract in Cartersville that sell us all their grapes, and plus we buy from a lot of regional growers. You'd be surprised how many small regional growers there are of different grapes. We do a muscadine wine, which if you like a sweeter dessert wine, is one that you should taste. That all comes from southern Georgia because the muscadine grows very, very well there. There are 100-acre vineyards of muscadine vines. They've been turning it into syrup, and jellies, and things of that sort. And now we're turning it into wine. I think it's better use for it myself.
Very nice. I'd like to pick up, I see you have a list there of all your different wines. I'd like to pick that up. And French American hybrid freeze-dry. You have regular certified like that.
Yes, 6 days a week. You can't be open on Sunday.
Excuse me, sir. Could I get a reaction of your taste of the wine just in a second? Would that be all right?
What do you want me to do?
Just, I'm caught on my tag here. Just, taste it. Tell us what you think of it in a second. Okay.
I am not exactly a wine expert, but I can tell you that I like it. It's not terribly sweet, which is something that sweet wines are not something that I like. It does have a bit of tartness to it, and it's a very pleasant wine. I think it goes very good with food. It's very nice. How's that?
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. That's
Our vines are old enough. We planted in 1980. It takes a while to get these vines producing correct red fruit. We're doing super with our white fruit. They get on the vines earlier as far as the varietal characteristics get on the vines earlier than the reds do. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Hi. Good morning. How y'all today?
We're gonna get your reaction to this too, if you don't mind.
This is our 86 Chardonnay, and bottled only 2 months. It's mellowing out. I tasted this out of the barrel before we bottled it, and it tastes quite different now than it did then. It's coming on real nicely.
Yeah, you can tell it's young.
Yes.
That's very smooth.
But it's coming on nice, isn't it?
You grow those in Georgia too, right?
Sure do. See that Georgia on the label?
That's very good for Georgia grown grape. I'm surprised.
We couldn't put Georgia on this label if we didn't grow it here.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Well, I know Elon buys grapes from California. I know.
Well, it'll be 3 to 4 more years.
That's a very well-made one. Do you make that? Or?
Yes.
That's very good. I mean,
it'll be 3 to 4 more years before Elon is ready, like we are. We planted earlier than they are. So that's why we have our fruit available now for making good wines out of it.
That's a very well-made wine. I like that.
Thank you.
I like it. I don't know much about it, but I like it.
Well, great. That's all you need to know is whether you like it or not.
I'm here to learn.
That's true. Good.
This is my wine mentor.
I'm showing them what.
We produce.
Yeah, very good. I enjoy that. Very nice wine.
I've got everything from bone dry to
Yeah, we're going to start in a second.
A little sour, but it might be because it's an 84. Hasn't quite matured yet.
What do you like? What do you like?
What do I like about it? It goes down easily. Well, see, I guess when you taste a lot of wines, you start saying what's wrong with each one. It smells very good.
It does have an interesting smell. It's kind of light bodied.
Yeah, it's very light. I think I'd like to try it again in a year when it has aged a little more. The Cabernet.
It's pretty good.
Want us to try another one?
Sure. You guys are game, all right. Just
What did he say?
yeah, just pick whatever you want to try. Tell us when you're ready. You like German wines? No.
Anything we like about everything.
This is the Chalet wine. This is kind of a Georgia German. Made in German fashion at a Riesling.
We'd like to get your reaction for our video.
Tastes good.
Tastes like
Muscadines.
muscat.
Yeah, like the ones I picked as a kid. It's good.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Okay.
What we've encountered, how Virginia wines are getting accepted in the marketplace. You know, how people are reacting in Virginia to your wines, and how people are reacting. Are you being sold out of state also?
We're slightly out of state, you might say. We're in Virginia, Washington, and North Carolina. We're looking for an Atlanta distributor right now, and also we're looking at Chicago. There's been a lot of interest in the wines today. I'm real excited about the reaction we've gotten. So it looks real good.
Terrific. What about the support from the state of Virginia, and the people in Virginia? Are they very supportive of you? How are they reacting to Virginia wine? It's a little bit. You probably get the same reactions we do. Georgia wine, people kind of hesitate for a second before they.
You don't get the support you should get being a Virginia product, but I think the quality's starting to tell. We just entered the Prince Michelle wines, which incidentally is the largest vineyard in Virginia, French style wines. Rapidan, our sister winery, is German style. We entered the International Eastern Wine Competition in Watkins Glen, New York. We took bronze medals for our white Burgundy and our blush, and a gold medal for the dry Riesling, and a silver medal for the semi-dry Riesling.
Terrific.
So now everybody in Virginia goes, oh, well, let's try them, you know? They must be good. So as usual, they discover you out of state first sometimes.
Very true.
But we had some loyal drinkers all along, and the distributors are starting to push for us now. Restaurants are offering Virginia wines by the glass, as well as a California premium pour or whatever. So it's an additional pour. You know, we're not out to put anybody out of business. We don't have any delusions of grandeur. But I think we have a good product, and I know you do. And I think regional wines need to get together, get some support, get together on the shelf, have a large section for regional wines, give people an alternative.
You're right. I think it's a market segment that can grow tremendously, and the wines, beyond being regional wines, are good within their own right.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what counts.
In the competition where we won the medals, we competed with 322 wineries from all over the United States and Canada, including sunny California, you know, and 2,000 wines were judged. So we're very proud of what we did there, and we hope to do well here. I hope you do too.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I'm going this way if we're going to start doing that.
Yeah, really.
I'm starting to really crowd up now.
Yeah. We're rolling tape right now. Yeah. Getting this art video.
You're trying to get away from